Where's Chris? I'm supposed to be doing a discussion video today. Jeez. You never find a guy when you're trying to, I swear.
Ah! Gee!
Where'd you come from?
You don't... Did you not see the damn hole that you have there?
Oh,
I fell down there like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we've been meaning to fill that in. Sorry.
God damn.
Did you see the grizzly bear down there?
I killed it.
Thanks. Good job.
You're welcome. Anyways,
So
while I was down there, I managed to get Wi-Fi, and I saw that on D23 they announced something new for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, cool. What'd they announce?
They announced that Big Hero 6 will be making an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3 as a world that we get to go to.
Awesome.
Yep, they didn't release a trailer or anything, but all they released was a concept art. And this concept art, which, if we can, will be here.
We'll just
Here.
flash it across the video.
The concept art is essentially, it shows the skyline of San Francisco, the city of Big Hero 6, and shows a Baymax flying around in his nice cool armor, but on top of Baymax is Sora in his nice new outfit that we got to see at E3.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed as though they were fighting a large, like,
Dark Baymax.
dark version of Baymax. And what was cool about this dark version of Baymax, it was like it had this big claw or whatever.
It seemed to be made of nanobots.
It seemed to be made of the nanobots that were sucked in like at the end of the film. Spoiler alert.
Which brings us to our next point, is that they confirmed the story of Big Hero 6's world in Kingdom Hearts 3 will be taking place after the movie.
Yes, which is very interesting because that's something they've never really done before.
Yeah, usually the world stories take place during the movie.
Yes, but there are some exceptions. That was like in Kingdom Hearts 2 where they sort of made their own kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
But it was much more self-contained or whatever. It really had nothing to do with anything. Well, no, that's a lie. It did have something to do with the overall grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't really that memorable or whatever. Like, there was the Land of Dragons. When you go there, you fight the big dragon or whatever. And, oh, Riku was here. That was about it for this. But it seems that now they're putting a lot of emphasis on, like, what happens after the film itself, which is really cool. From the plot points that I'm pretty sure they've detailed is that Xehanort finds the other Baymax that was left in the portal at the end of the movie and infuses it with darkness.
Which activates that chip. And brings it back to San Francisco, and it has like this new dark armor, which I suppose kind of makes sense because Riku is able to make armor from pure darkness, so why not Baymax? Why not?
So Baymax has this new dark armor and also seems to be in complete control of the nanobots, which is something completely cool. So
I mean, again, the little detail you might not notice is that visor across his face.
Yes, he had a visor across his face, so clearly he is in complete control of the nanobots. So that'll be a very interesting boss fight for that. Sora riding on top of Baymax, perhaps even the other heroes of the Big Hero 6 team will be fighting alongside you.
Maybe party members, who knows?
Maybe party members. Maybe in this game we'll be getting more than 3 party members.
That would be a nice innovation from the usual.
That would be nice. Okay, so moving on from Big Hero 6's announcement, we've got the other worlds. There's at least 4 confirmed worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3. The first one being Twilight Town. That was obviously announced at its launch. The launch trailer from what we saw.
Yeah. That world is a given.
That world's a given by now. Then there was Olympus Coliseum, or Mount Olympus in this one. Mm-hmm. Then there's the Tangled World, which I heard maybe called the Kingdom of Corona, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And then obviously Big Hero 6. So that's 4 worlds that's already confirmed. And in latest news from one of the creators of Kingdom Hearts, I don't remember which one exactly, they said they've confirmed that there will be more worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 than there was in Kingdom Hearts 2. And in Kingdom Hearts 2, there was easily 15 worlds that you were able to go to.
So now we're going to have an even bigger
playground.
Yes, we're gonna have, and considering the scale of the worlds, because in the D20 or not the D23 trailer, sorry, the E3
trailer.
the E3 trailer,
Mount Olympus looks huge.
We saw the massive scale of the worlds, and
just that shot of Sora jumping off
the cliff. He seemed to be pretty high up Mount Olympus, and then he jumps down, and then you see pretty much as far as the eye can see was playable ground. And that's something that's completely new to the series. Well, that's a lie. Not quite completely new.
But it's just we've never seen it to this scale.
Exactly. Dream Drop Distance was really the selling point of that game, because in that game you had...
The 3D was really put to well use.
The 3D, and also the fact that the rooms were just so big. It felt really new. But the one problem with that was it felt empty. Mm-hmm. And that's something I hope that they don't do in Kingdom Hearts 3. I hope it feels full and fresh, like has meant like a lot of life. Hell, it'd be cool if there was even wildlife around, and then Heartless appeared and started attacking the wildlife, and then you're going and saving the wildlife or something. That would be cool just to have in there.
Absolutely. And see, that's another thing, is that when we're talking about worlds that are being confirmed or being implemented, we're thinking that the Keyblade Graveyard is going to be an integral part.
Yes, because its role in Birth by Sleep was essential. Like, it was a world that you kind of went to, came back, went to, came back, and then in the end, the final battle was there. And from the intro of Dream Drop Distance, it showed the entire cast of Kingdom Hearts pretty much going up against Xehanort in the Keyblade Graveyard. So it stands to reason that that will more than likely be in the game as either a final battleground or a world that you're able to explore.
And don't forget, there might still be Radiant Garden.
Radiant Garden is something that, you know what, will more than likely be in it. I have no doubts that it will, because that world, it was Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 1. It served as, like, essentially Maleficent's main hideout, main base. And then in the second one, it turned into, essentially, Leon's gang's main base of operations. They've been trying to fix it up, turn it into, like, turning it back into what it was in Birth by Sleep. And that brings me to Birth by Sleep, how it was such a, like, utopia, almost, right?
Until it becomes a massive grave.
Yes, until it becomes a massive grave for Kingdom Hearts.
Let's talk about Sora's new costume for a moment. It looks awesome.
It does. It looks awesome. He looks much more mature this time around. Like, for some reason, like, his hair is also sort of deflated in a way.
Not as spiky as it
Not spiky. Like, I've seen some other videos of other Kingdom Hearts YouTubers say that perhaps he's sort of, like, merging with Roxas inside him, but I'm not sure if that's the case.
If there's one thing, he looks more mature.
He does
overall.
look more mature, but what I think will happen, it will be more so. He'll start off as like the same Sora that we know at the beginning of the game, and as the game progresses, he'll slowly start to become more mature. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I think that because there is gameplay over in Mount Olympus, that perhaps
that costume is a gift.
Yeah, that costume is a gift from the gods, because he was in his classic, or sort of classic, Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit in that world, and then he got it after.
We've seen already some of the game's plot points. We know we're going to see the Keyblade War.
The Keyblade War, or the new Keyblade War.
The new Keyblade War. And we saw, like, from the first trailer from E3, that chess game.
Yeah, the chess game between young Xehanort and young Master Ericus, or Ericques for IGN.
IGN. They don't know how to pronounce Scott. But yeah, I'm wondering how that is going to factor in. Are we going to get to see more of Xehanort's past?
Perhaps, here's a theory. Perhaps Xehanort, or in the beginning portion of the game, sort of like how in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you played as Roxas, perhaps you'll be playing as either Xehanort or Ericus for the opening act. And perhaps it'll really reflect each other. Or another theory is that it'll kind of jump back and forth. It'll start off perhaps in the past and it'll go with Sora, and then in key moments of the game it'll sort of flash back to Xehanort, sort of mirroring their lives in a way.
Sort of like the idea that Sora is Xehanort done right.
Yes, essentially, yeah, like Sora is Xehanort done right, because they both have very similar upbringings, because they're both from Destiny Islands. That is confirmed. Xehanort started off at Destiny Islands, and he cast out when he got bored of the island, pretty much. He's like, I hate this place, I want to leave. Sora was kind of the opposite. He didn't hate the place, he loved the place, in fact.
They just wanted to go on an adventure.
He just wanted to go on an adventure, and he got an adventure of a lifetime, really.
And a whole lot more.
And a whole lot more. But, yeah. Okay, so...
Let's talk about our wish list for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes, a wish list.
So, first thing I want to do is Pixar worlds.
Yes.
Or at least one.
At least one. Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Toy Story, I would love to have it. It would be implemented so well because a lot of it, like, there's a lot of themes in it about, like, friendship between, like, especially Toy Story 2, if you really think about it. Because that one had a lot to do with friendship and who is your real friends and who's really pretending.
Exactly.
Right? There's a lot of that. And also, like, yeah, who do you trust and all that. So either Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2. That I would really
So I'd love to see a boss fight against some evil toys.
Either that or perhaps even like a in-world boss fight, the dog Spike. That'd be kind of cool because that was a vicious dog.
I know, that'd be ridiculous.
Imagine Sora being toy-sized fighting that thing. It would kind of be like the fight with Lucifer in Birth by Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Not Lucifer the devil, but Lucifer the cat.
Yeah. Or, in a way, the fight with Chernobog in Kingdom Hearts 1.
In a way, yeah. It'd be kind of like that.
And that's another thing I want to see. Is that guy going to make a comeback? Because he seems like he's a good boss.
He was a good boss in Kingdom Hearts 1, not so much in Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah.
But
kind of
you never know.
And here's another thing. I'd like to see a world based partially on some of the segments from Fantasia 2000, like Flight of the Whales and the Firebird Suite. Those would be very interesting, especially a fight against the Firebird.
That would be cool. Oh, one thing I would really like, drive forms. I'd like drive forms to make a return. In some way.
In some manner.
Perhaps it doesn't change his clothes per se, but perhaps the Keyblade armor can come into effect. Right? Because perhaps he does get a Keyblade armor, but it's activated when he, say, goes into drive form. So maybe Valor form in this one, it's just a full armored version of him, but like with red armor and red and like black armor. And then Wisdom is like blue and black armor, and then so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool. That'd be something, and perhaps like add new combos. Because imagine him having the two Keyblades and then doing dual transformations. That would be something cool. Which brings us to another thing: Keyblade transformations. Those look awesome, eh?
I know.
Like I
want to see a whole different variety of Keyblades.
Yeah, the whole every single Keyblade will have a different transformation. They've confirmed that.
It's really, I'm getting excited.
And considering how many worlds are here,
that's a lot of Keyblades.
That's a lot of Keyblades.
Oh, I can just hear the cosplayers' wallets dying as they try to make props.
Yes, exactly. Okay, for worlds I'd like to come back to Kingdom Hearts, I'd like to see Agrabah come back.
Halloween Town, we discussed.
Personally, I wouldn't really like Halloween Town that much.
Okay.
Halloween Town, I feel it's overstayed its welcome. I enjoyed it in Kingdom Hearts 1, it was fine. Kingdom Hearts 2, I enjoyed the Christmas Town part, but I thought that the actual Halloween Town parts were pretty boring, actually. I was like, oh, we're back here.
How would you feel if we did another Tron world, like based on the cartoon Tron Uprising, which took place between Tron and Legacy? Or do you think the grid is outstayed its welcome?
The grid, I don't think should return, but the Space Paranoids world, I'd like to see a return of that with an original story to it. Mm-hmm. That I'd enjoy.
And here's another thing. Speaking of Disney cartoons, why not some worlds based on like Darkwing Duck or something?
That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool to see. But
I'd love to travel around St. Bernard.
Yeah, but considering that they're really only going with like Disney films or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real and say, hey, Disney movie.
Okay, I know. Darkwing Duck is just probably wishful thinking at this point.
Okay, so, yeah, Aladdin, I'd really like to see that come back, because they have another TV movie that they could possibly do.
King of Thieves.
The King of Thieves, which I enjoyed. It wasn't quite as good as, like, The Return of Jafar or the actual Aladdin movie.
But at least they got back Robin Williams.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they can't do that. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
God bless your soul. But I did enjoy King of Thieves for what it was.
Yes, it was a very enjoyable movie, and with the twists they could do with the Kingdom Hearts, mm-hmm. I think that perhaps it would be actually a rather enjoyable world. And considering we're not going back to the Cave of Wonders again,
thankfully,
this could be something completely new and fresh for the world, making mm-hmm. it going to the Vanishing Isle. That would be something incredibly new. And then getting the Midas touch or whatever, the hand of Midas touching everything and turns to gold. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. Say for a Keyblade, like mm-hmm. you get a Keyblade called the Hand of Midas.
See, I'm gonna say this, and I know this will probably upset some people, but there's one world I don't want to see. Frozen.
You don't want to see that movie.
I don't want to see Frozen in Kingdom Hearts.
Well,
it's not that I don't love the movie. I loved it. It was good. I just think that it's been overhyped to this point.
agreed. It has been overhyped, but to be entirely honest, if it was to be in Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it either, but I just don't think it's a good. Well, saying that a Disney property is not a good fit for Kingdom Hearts has never worked out.
No,
But I just
it does. It has a good fit.
I've had enough of Frozen for a little while.
It's a good fit, but perhaps they can pull a spin like they're gonna do with Big Hero 6, and perhaps just make a completely original tale instead, but being based in the same world where you maybe have Elsa as a team player with you, and then you're going and fighting Heartless or whatever. Whatever happens,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. Okay, so then some other worlds that I can see making a comeback. Like, I've kind of searched the internet, and it seems like I'm the only one that wants, like, Port Royal back. Like, I really enjoyed that world, simply because, like, it's Port Royal. Come on, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. What's not to like here?
I don't think Pirates has gotten enough Kingdom Hearts love yet.
It hasn't, and to be entirely honest, seeing Deadman's chest in it, especially with the scale of it, imagine in that world you're actually able to sail the Black Pearl yourself. Sort of have similar gameplay mechanics to that, maybe like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where you're sailing it around a little bit.
Because let's be honest, those were the best parts of that game, was naval combat.
Yes, it was. But that's another video entirely.
Assassin's Creed retrospective.
Retrospect.
The thing I want to see most out of Port Royal's return is I want to fight that Kraken.
So do I. That'll be an... You know what? What if instead of, like,
I want it to be in multiple stages, like across the entire ship.
Yeah. What if instead of, like, them fighting, like, them, like, going through the entire film, it starts off with the Kraken destroying it, and then it goes until, like, at World's End. That would be really cool. Like, Sora lands on the ship, and it's just like, hey, guys, what's going on? It's like, what are you doing here?
And then at World's End, guess who's waiting?
Guess who's waiting, exactly. And that would be really... That'll be really interesting. Especially, imagine the whirlpool fight. I mean, you fighting against all the fish people. Not only that, plus Heartless. Hell, nobody's might even be back
too. While you're being spun around, basically.
While you're being spun around, and who knows, maybe even one of the Seekers of Darkness will be in that fight too, making it even more epic.
There's so many possibilities with this game.
Exactly, so many possibilities. What worlds do we don't want back though?
Well, I don't want to go back to Pride Rock. I didn't really like it.
You didn't really like Pride Rock?
No.
I enjoyed Pride Rock for what it was, but I agree. I don't think we should go back to it.
I don't think we need to go back to Wonderland again.
No, Wonderland, no. Once was enough.
We don't have to go back to the 100-acre wood.
I agree, but you know what? They're more than likely going to put it in there for minigames.
I know. But even just minigames, I can deal with it.
Yeah. Atlantica.
We don't need
to
do not need to go back.
I don't need another singing world.
We don't need to go back to Atlantica ever again.
Okay, what else?
I don't think we need another trip to Beauty and the Beast world.
No, we don't. Well, they've already had their happy ending, so...
Yeah. 358 over 2.
It'd be kind of...
redundant.
It'd be kind of redundant if we went back. Especially, we go back and like, hey guys, how's it going? Things are going good for you. And then Xehanort, like, casts a spell on Adam or whatever, and then he becomes Beast again. I'd be like, are you kidding me?
So this whole section is just going to be pointless.
I'd just be like, wow. What else?
I want to see Kyra and Sora finally have a conclusion to their story.
Yes,
Kyrie and Sora.
Kyrie and Sora. They've been kind of dodging each other throughout the entire series, saying, are we? Are we not? I don't know.
Just kiss already.
Just do it! As Shia LaBeouf would say.
Just get all those dank memes going, man.
Yeah.
Make little Kingdom Heart babies.
What's
wrong with me?
One thing that I would... I have a theory. One thing that I would like for Kingdom Hearts is... Perhaps instead of it being now an entire universe, perhaps at the end of the game when Kingdom Hearts is finally opened, perhaps it merges all the worlds together. Because in the lore it was said that it was all one big world. It was said in the lore that like everything was a big world, and then finally like this big catastrophic event happened, which was the Keyblade War, and it caused everything to
shatter and split into like
many little pieces. which is essentially the big realm of darkness and everything. And finally, the hearts of children manage to reshape the world. So I'd like it to kind of revert back to how it was, where it's just a massive world. Like, at the end of this saga, I think that would be the perfect conclusion, where essentially everything's back to the way it was. And I'd like to see, perhaps in a Kingdom Hearts 4, you're dealing with the repercussions of this, where everything is in one world now. That'd be quite interesting.
And there's something there, and there's worlds there that you didn't even know existed.
Exactly, worlds you didn't even know existed are there. And they're even interacting with different worlds, because the bridge between them is now there.
Can you say...
Like, imagine... Yeah. Can you imagine, like, the Empire suddenly coming in out of this, and then, oh my god, Iron Man comes and shoots Vader.
Empire versus Shield.
Yeah, like, of course that...
Versus Kingdom Hearts.
Of course, yes, it's Kingdom Hearts. This is something I'd like to see more in Kingdom Hearts 4 than Kingdom Hearts 3.
We all want Marvel, we all want Star Wars at some point, but not now. We have to finish this saga.
Finish the Xehanort saga, and then we'll get on to other things.
Ultimately, I'm just excited. Big Hero 6 has really gotten me...
That was like one of my favorite Disney movies, in my opinion.
It was one of my favorite movies last year, and I think it's one of Walt Disney's best.
Yes, agreed.
So far, in this, like, decade.
Yeah.
And just seeing that coming into Kingdom Hearts 3 is reigniting my already huge excitement for this game.
Exactly. I'm incredibly excited for this game.
I am getting a PS4 just for this game.
Well, I got a PS4 already. I'm waiting for Final Fantasy 15 and then Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, good.
But until then, I gotta sit here and wait.
And speculate. And theorize.
And theorize.
So, I guess that wraps it up.
I guess so.
I'm Noah.
I'm Chris.
And we'll see you guys next time.
And I'm gonna go back in here and eat that grizzly bear.
Save some for me.